See, GSTL tax, how many categories? 5 categories. First one, core tax. Second one, SQL tax. Third one, formatting tax. Fourth one, function tax. Fifth one, XML tax. Okay. Only core tax, SQL tax only important. Remaining 3 categories not important. And I covered 2 tags in formatting tags, 3 tags I covered in function tags. Remaining all I posted in Google Classroom. You can practice. It is not important. So next concept we'll see MVC. Note on MVC. MVC stands for Model View Controller. 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 See, starting for developing internet application, what they used is Solets. Okay. After getting Solets, next JSP came. Okay. Later, JSP using Java Beans. Let us introduce it. Here, first with only Solets, they developed applications. Later, JSP came. Then with only JSP, they developed applications. Later, JSP using Java Beans also applied. Okay. Later, MVC concept introduced. I'll explain. Here, if you want to develop any application, what are the application you studied in Adv Java class? Those all suppose some diagrams you have seen. For example, suppose this application you studied. Okay, this application you studied. Homepage.html, login.html, registration.html, and registration solid, login solid. This program is studied now. Here, these are all just HTML pages. HTML leave it. Here, to receive data, to store in database, again displaying you have registered successfully login. In this program, we written HTML code, Java code, SQL code. 3 languages we written. Here, JDBC code also is there. Solid code also is there. HTML, JDBC, Solid, SQL. Now, this program contains 3 language code. HTML, Java, SQL. HTML code, where it will be executed? Browser. SQL code, database. So whenever this program is executed, this SQL query passed to database side executed. This HTML code passed to browser side executed. JDBC and Solid executed in server. So Tomcat server, Solid code executed, JDBC code executed, but SQL query passed to database side executed, and the HTML code passed to browser side executed. This program is running on 3 systems. client machines, middleware system, database. In all the places executed. Okay. Now you observe receiving request, sending response. That code is there, and storing into database. That code is there. Okay. Communicating with database. That code also is there. Here, this program contains presentation logic. Presentation logic, nothing but this is the output we are printing. No, you have registered successfully, as well as login hyperlink. That is called presentation logic. Okay. Communicating with database, connection establishment, connection closing, and other JDBC code. It is nothing but data access logic. And also data will be there. This data we are storing in database, no? Data. And also controlling logic, receiving request, sending response. It is controlling logic. Complete code we written here only. Complete code we written here only. Okay. Instead of writing complete code in a one program, we can make it separate. If we make it separate, many benefits are there. Suppose here, if you want to change the presentation logic, maybe suppose you are displaying output, you have registered successfully, login hyperlink. That is if you want to design more attractive. It is very complicated. Reason how you are writing in solid program HTML code, pw.println, pw.println. It is very difficult to manage that code. No? As compared to solid, JSP is better if you want to write HTML code. So presentation logic, if you want to write, solid better or JSP better? JSP better, because you are not using out.println, directly HTML, directly JSP. HTML, JSP directly you are writing. No? So writing HTML code, writing presentation language code, presentation logic code, as compared to solids, JSP better. Okay. That purpose JSP better. Receiving requests, sending response, solid better or JSP better? Solid better. Always do get, do post, service, HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response will be there. You will get a more clarity to receive, send. Okay. Sending, receiving, request, received, response, it will send to browser. So always we are writing do get, do post, service, lifecycle service, non-lifecycle service. These four methods we are using very regular. In all the places, two parameters are there. Solid request, solid response. HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response. That is, through request, HTTP solid request, we can receive request. Through HTTP solid response, we can send response. So receiving request, sending response, solid better appears. Okay. And writing JDBC code, solid better or JSP better or separate class better? Separate class is more better as compared to solid, as compared to JDBC. You have seen in solids also JDBC init method you have to write connection establishment, destroy method connection close, remaining task code in the do get or do post. And JSP if you write also very complicated. JSP init method you have to override, JSP destroy method you have to override. But JSTL more better. JSTL. But JSTL has limitation. All not possible. With the JSTL all are not possible. 3 tags are there. With the 3 tags you have seen application. But more than that, not possible. Some limitation is there. Then writing normal JDBC program is better appears. Normal Java class. That's what here MVC architecture becomes popular. Now model, nothing but Java Bean, normal Java class. View, nothing but JSP. It is JSP. Controller, nothing but solid. Solid, JSP, Java Bean. These 3 if we combine, more benefits. Instead of writing complete code in a Solid, instead of writing complete code in JSP, if you write a program, if you develop application by using Solid, JSP, Java Bean, it is more convenient. That's what this architecture become as popular. I'll explain. Next, write it. By using MVC, we can separate presentation logic, data access logic, business logic, controlling logic, and data. By using MVC, we can separate presentation logic, data access logic, business logic, controlling logic, and data. Here, model is a Java Bean, view is a JSP, and controller is a Solid. See, here model is a Java Bean, view is a JSP, controller is a Solid. Now, MVC architecture, I'll explain. MVC architecture, I'll explain. See, MVC stands for model view controller, and here by using MVC, we can separate presentation logic, data access logic, business logic, controlling logic, and data. Here model is a Java Bean, view is a JSP, control is a Solid. This architecture I'll explain, you'll get a more clarity. See, if you make it separate, see, it is very complicated, this program. Suppose you want to update presentation logic. This program here, only presentation, what is there? You have registered successfully login. That is presentation logic. That logic, if you want to update, if you want to design more attractive, it is not so easy, very complicated. Because that is code we written inside the Solid. Very complicated to design more attractive in a Solid. That's what this logic separate if you write. Anytime you can update, anytime you can maintain easily. For writing this one separate, Solid better or JSP better? JSP better. Because HTML directly will write in JSP. That's what, that purpose will go for JSP. But receiving request parameters, sending response parameter, which is better? That purpose, that code will write in Solid only. Okay. Communicating with database, init method, service method, destroy, all methods we use it. But instead of writing like that, normal Java class more better. That will make it separate. If you make it separate, what will happen? In future, if you want to update the database, you need to update only Java Bean. If you want to update the presentation logic, you need to update only JSP. Controlling logic, if you want to update, you need to update only Solid. While modifying one logic, no effect on other logic. Because all in one place, effect will be there. But all separated means it is more better. Anytime you can update presentation logic, anytime easy to update, easy to maintain. Those two benefits. I'll show you. Suppose MVC architecture. MVC architecture. If we develop internet application by using MVC architecture, see, MVC architecture, what will happen? Say, client will send the request to server. See, it is client. It is server. It is web client. It is web server. Web server. It is database. It is database. Now you observe. Here I'll write controller. Here I'll write controller. What this will do, say here I'll write view. Here I'll write model. Here you observe, it is nothing but solid. It is nothing but JSP. It is nothing but Java bean. It is nothing but Java bean. Okay. Now from browser you will send the request to controller. Okay. Now your request is received by Solid. Receiving request purpose, Solid is better because do post service, lifecycle service, non-lifecycle service, all the places will write two parameters: solid request, solid response, or HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response. Receiving request with request, sending response with response. That is better. So controlling logic here. And here, whatever request comes, that is, we have to check in database. Suppose username, password exists or not. We have to send to database. Suppose some data you want to insert, you have to send to database. Then what controller will do, it will communicate with model, and whatever data received, that data passed to model. Here JDBC code will be there. This code will communicate with database to fetch the data. If data comes, the data, it will hand over to Solid only again. What Solid will do, it will send the data to JSP. What JSP will do, it will send the output to browser. Now you observe. Request received by Solid. Okay. The request passed to model Java bean. That will communicate with database to fetch the data. The data comes. That data passed to Solid again. What Solid will do, it will hand over to JSP to send to browser. Here everything controlled by Solid. Solid communicating with bean also, JSP also. But this JSP will communicate with Java bean also. Here what will happen? Only reference comes. Data will be present here only. That reference hand over to JSP. Then JSP will communicate with Java bean. I'll give one more diagram. With that you'll get a more clarity. See, here what will do? Controlling logic will write here. Presentation logic will write here. Data access logic will write here. Data also will write here. And business logic you can write in bean also, it's Solid also, JSP also. Business logic nothing but, suppose business application is there. You want to withdraw money from your account. Balance equal to balance minus amount. That is nothing but business logic. Balance equal to balance plus amount. That is nothing but business logic. and calculating total marks. It is called business logic. Giving a rank. It is called business logic. So after getting a data from database, you are performing some operation means that is business logic. That is you can write here only or anywhere, but here better. Data, database logic, data access logic, business logic, normal Java program better. Presentation purpose JSP better. Controlling purpose Solid better. So like that all separated. Again this class also we can make it 2-3 classes possible. Only communicating with database purpose one class. Storing data one more class. Like that we can make it separate. But here what is separated you observe? Presentation separated. It contains only presentation. But your doubt is presentation means HTML better no? Why JSP? HTML better no? HTML static content possible, but dynamic content not possible. Suppose I'll bring the data from database. I want to display with only HTML possible, but dynamic content require no? That's what JSP better. HTML not possible. HTML static content you can display. How to display? That is HTML, but data, dynamic data will be the no? That is you can display with JSP. That's what JSP required. Static content. Suppose, for example, multiplication table if you want to display with HTML, how many lines required? With the JSP, how to display you have seen? No? With the JSP you have seen, Solid also you have seen. How to display multiplication table. That is dynamic. Static means every line you have to write. HTML not suitable for dynamic. HTML static. See here. What we have to display? It comes. How to display HTML? Combine and displayed. So what we have to display? That is comes from model. Okay. And this here, what will happen? It will communicate with database. Data stored in object. Object referred by reference. Object referred by reference. Okay. So reference will be there. Reference. This reference refers object. Now, whatever you retrieved from database, the data will be here in object. This reference will be there. No, this is hand over to here. With that reference hand over to view, because everything controlled by controller. What it contains? Reference. But here what it contains? Data. Again it communicates with model to get the data. So data comes here and that data how to display here will be there. It will be passed. So what to display? That is coming from model. How to display? HTML. Then we'll combine, we'll display. But how to receive requests from client? Controller. And how to communicate with database? Model. So what we'll do? That program, registration Solid, login Solid programs you have seen. There only complete code I written. But instead of writing complete code, presentation logic you write here. Controlling logic you write here. Database logic, data accessing logic and data you write here. In future, if you want to update that database, you want to modify that data, you want to change the database. What you have to change? Model only you have to change. If you want to change the database, only model you have to change. Suppose you want to design your output more attractive. Only JSP. No effect on other programs. No effect on other programs. So anytime you can update presentation. Anytime you can modify. Anytime you can change the database. Then no effect on other programs. But everything in a one program means in real-time projects, very difficult to update, very difficult to maintain the code. That is the reason this architecture become as popular. So starting, they developed internet application with only Solids. Later with only JSP. Later with the JSP using Java Beans. Later MVC. After getting MVC, MVC become as popular. But writing MVC program, it is difficult appears because each and everything you are writing. How to link Solid, JSP, Java Bean, how to club together. It is not so easy. That is the reason frameworks came. ready-made programs are there. So ready-made Java Bean will be there, ready-made JSP, ready-made Solid. Ready-made, that is only framework. So in framework, all clubbed together already. Open, whatever you want to update, again deploy. That is only framework. So if you develop your own MVC, little complicated. Predefined MVC if you take, it is better. That is only MVC frameworks. Struts 2, JSF, Wicket, Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC. These all comes under MVC frameworks. Many are there. Okay, different companies, different MVCs they developed. If you learn this MVC program, at least one program if you learn, with this knowledge, MVC framework you can design that type. That type will be. Ready-made program only MVC frameworks you are learning further. That's it. Here I am going to explain how to combine JSP, Solid, Java Bean. And then you will understand how to make MVC program. With this knowledge, frameworks becomes easy. Okay, write this diagram. MVC architecture. So instead of developing applications by using only solids, only JSP using Java Beans, MVC become as popular. So then easy to update, easy to maintain. Is it over? Now client is sending request to Solid. Solid communicating with Java Bean. Java Bean communicating with database. That data hand over to Solid. Again Solid hand over to JSP. JSP communicates with Java Bean to get the data. That data passed to browser. So that's what here arrows are like this. JSP communicating with Java Bean, Solid communicating with Java Bean. But Solid just passing data to JSP, JSP passing to browser. This type. Okay. Now here, this is MVC architecture. This type of architecture, if used to implement internet application, it is easy. Write it. Advantages. Easy to maintain the code. and application. Easy to update. Presentation logic, comma, business logic, and data access logic. Easy to update, presentation logic, business logic, and data access logic. Easy to update, presentation logic, business logic, data updation logic, data access logic. So presentation logic we are separating, that is JSP. Business logic, data access logic we are separating, that is model. And controlling logic generally we won't change, that is fixed. That is the reason in frameworks Servlet will not appear. In a Spring framework, Spring MVC, Servlet doesn't appear to you. That is inbuilt class, only configuration will be there. That logic you are not going to change, fixed will be there. That's what Servlet doesn't appear. JSP view appears, model appears. Okay. Easy to update, easy to maintain. Easy to update, easy to maintain. These are the benefits. Now, how to do with Servlet? See, this type of application. See, it is this program you have seen already. But in this program, say, the program if I open, you observe. So registration Servlet, you have seen. Login Servlet, you have seen. Those Servlets, how we return, just you observe. Something login. In this login, see registration Servlet. See here, this is called presentation logic. If you want to update, it is very complicated here. HTML we are writing inside the pw.println. You cannot write directly, but if it in JSP, it is better. Easy to update, easy to maintain. And also JDBC code you observe. Connection establishment here. Connection close here. Task code here. But this one, separate Java program if you write, it is more better. Separate Java program. And also receiving request parameter, see Servlet here. Sending response, print writer. This is here. This is if you write separate, it is more better. Controlling logic. And these all we can make it separate programs with MVC. So starting, they developed application with only Servlets. We developed like that only first. All in a one program only. Okay. Later JSP came. JSP easy, but you need to select properly elements. That is a little bit confusion. Later JSP using Java Bean, separate you studied. How to access Java Bean you studied. Later MVC came. So first they developed internet application like this. Later developed like this. Later developed like this. Later developed like this. This will become as popular. When this is become as popular, writing program, this is a little bit complicated. All making separate okay, but grouping together complicated. Writing separate programs are easy, but grouping together complicated. That's what predefined frameworks came. That is only Struts 1, Struts 2, Wicked, JSF, Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC, all MVC frameworks in the market, whatever we have. Those all based on this concept only introduced. If you know this concept, those all frameworks becomes easy. See how to develop with MVC. One application I'll give. For example, I'll go for online results. Online result application I'll take. Suppose one HTML program, results.html. Okay, results.html. Here. Here, enter hall ticket number. Otherwise, just hall ticket number. Hall ticket number. Submit button. Reset button. Okay. Now it is HTML program. Submit button. Reset button. Submit button. Reset button. Here hall ticket number. We'll enter. Okay, we'll enter some hall ticket number. Then one solid program. Suppose result solid. .java. Okay, result solid .java. Here, suppose you will enter hall ticket number something 1 or 1001 or 10,001, something you will enter. One hall ticket number you'll enter. You are going to click on submit button. Okay, you are going to click on submit button. Then this program executed. Here, what will do? This hall ticket number will receive. Okay, this hall ticket number will receive here. 1001. This hall ticket number received. Whatever you entered, that is received by solid. Okay, that is received by solid. Here, separate one job in or separate one data access object. Separate will write DO class also we can make it separate. So here, instead of writing data access logic in a one program, those two also we can separate. Suppose result DAO class, data access object class separate. Result DAO.java. All right. What I'll do, this hall ticket number is there or not, it has to check in database, no? That's what I'll send this hall ticket number to DAO class. This hall ticket number I'll pass to DAO class. Hall ticket number comes. Okay. Here on database. Here database. Here database. In this database, one table. Suppose results table. In this table, suppose hall ticket number, name of the candidate, C language marks, C++ marks, Java marks. All right. Hall ticket number, name of the candidate, C language marks, C++ marks, Java marks. Okay. Here, suppose hall ticket number, name, marks, hall ticket number, name, marks. Like this we have. Okay. Now what will happen here? This hall ticket number we have to send to database, no? to check this hall ticket number passed to database. It will check given hall ticket number is there or not. It will check. It will bring the data, this total data. It will bring this data. You will get it as a result set. This data you will get it as a result set. Okay. That data as a result set, it comes as a result set. That data store in Java Bean class. So here something, one more class, result bean.java. Okay, result bean.java. It is separate class. Here 3 fields will be there, like integer, hall ticket number, five fields will be there. Okay, here will complete data. Whatever we got result set will receive. Okay. Here from database you will get it result set. This result set data, what we'll do is I'll store in result set bean class. Here from database you'll get it result set. This hall ticket number will pass. What we'll do, select star from results. Data comes. That data you will get it as a result set. Result set data I'll store in this file. So what I'll do, result bean object I'll create. See, result bean, some RB equal to new result bean object I'll create. Now what I'll do here, in this object, I'll place the data. Whatever we received, that is I'll place here. Okay, whatever we received, that is I'll place. That means that is stored here, no? That is stored in this instance variable. Object is created, memory allocated to instance variables. Here, hall ticket number, name, C language marks, C++ marks, Java marks. This total object data, it is stored here. Because in that object I'll place. Object means memory allocated to instance variables. Instance variable memory allocated. Okay. That object data placed here. What I'll do, this only reference I'll pass to result solid. You'll get it result bean RB. You'll get it this one. Okay, you'll get only reference here. Here only reference. This reference I'll forward to JSP. It is results.jsp. What I'll do, this is I'll forward here. I'll forward. Then you'll get a RB. Okay. Then you'll get a RB here. Result set bean reference, you'll get it. Result bean something RB. You'll receive. But it is only reference. But where is data? Here. So again, what we'll do? This is I'll pass here. Then it will bring. Then here, hall ticket number, name of the candidate, C language marks, C++ marks, Java marks will display. Here, hall ticket number, name, C language marks, C++ marks, Java marks, it will bring. What I'll do here will display. hall ticket number 1001 triple A 83 46 81. You observe how we are writing job, observe. It is complicated appears, no? But here only HTML code, no other. Here only HTML presentation, only data. Now here object reference comes, it will communicate with database to get the data. Data comes from Java bin and HTML code here will write, will combine, will send to browser. Here what will be there? Communicating with database only will be there. Here what will be there? Only data will be there. That's what setter getter methods there. Here this is setters. This is getters. Okay. So here this is nothing but setter methods. Setter methods. This is nothing but getter methods. With getter methods will retrieve. This is the use of Java bin. You observe getter methods. See, whatever is received from database, that is through setter method will store here. Through getter method will bring here. So what this class contains? Only data. Whatever we retrieved from database, it holds the data. In that class we are placing. So through setter method it is passed here. Through getter method received. So here this class contains only data. This class contains only communicating with database logic, data access logic. That class only controlling solid. This is only presentation. So here only presentation logic, here only controlling logic, here only data access logic, here only data. That type will write. Here this reference will forward. Forwarding possible solid to JSP, no? Forward. So like this we are going to build. Then this type only already predefined. That is only framework. Okay. Ready, son? Is it over? So your HTML presentation, JSP presentation, it is solid controlling, DAO data access logic, and here just data. Bean class contains only data. Whatever we retrieved, the data we are placing in bean. That is, you can access anywhere. So your JSP requires, that's what it will bring. So if you want to update presentation logic, just HTML JSP or update. No effect on other places. If you want to change the database, no effect on DAO class. Other classes, only this effect on DAO class, data access object. Okay, here only. Controlling logic here only. Here only data. See, presentation logic, controlling logic, data access logic, data, all separated. But starting all in a one program you have seen. Now these all we are making separate. Then easy to update, easy to maintain. These are the benefits. Is it completed? Now see how to develop this application. See. Here it is HTML, it is JSP, it is solid, it is DAO class, it is just a normal Java class. It is bean class, setter getter concepts. Here database one table we have to create. Now this program here, see. File, new, dynamic web project. Okay. Now project name, suppose results. Okay. Project name I given results. Project name results. Here next. Okay. Next. Generate XML. Finish. Results. First of all, HTML program. First of all, see first this HTML program. Okay, this HTML program we'll see. Right click, new HTML file. Results.html. Next, finish. Here just here enter just hall ticket number, submit button, reset button. That's it. Okay. Here hall ticket number, input type equal to text, name equal to something hall ticket number. But these tags if you want to write, compulsory form tag require. Form tag open, form tag close. Here submit button, input type equal to submit, input type equal to reset. Okay. Here action equal to results solid. So results I'll write this solid results. Okay. See, when you click on submit button, this URL pattern executed. It is solid URL pattern results. when you click on reset button, this field becomes empty. Okay, data erased. Okay, now you can add colors. Now you observe up to here, run on server, save. Here results dot html. That is hall ticket number, submit button, reset button. If you want to design more attractive, you can design. Okay. Suppose level 1 heading, underline text, results application, something. If you want, you can write. Here, line break, center, whatever you want, you can add it if you want. And using cascading style sheet, more attractive also you can design. Say, right click, run on server, save. Yeah, results application, hall ticket number, submit button. Okay, here we'll enter hall ticket number 1001. We'll click on submit button. Then results servlet is going to be executed. Okay, now here this hall ticket number, it is not confidential. So get method you can continue. This is HTML program. Note on this one. Here, what is results here? URL pattern of results solid. Okay. Here, what is H number? Request parameter name. This hall ticket number, label. When you click on submit button, the value of action attribute executed in form tag. When you click on reset button, this field data erased. Okay. This is HTML. Now, this is nothing already you have seen. Remaining these 4 programs. Now this one will see solid. Is it over? This is HTML program. Now, right click, new, solid. Package name same, suppose results, result solid. Okay, HTTP solid extends already URL pattern we decided. What I given? Results. Okay. Next. Which type of request coming? Get. Then which method you have to override? Do get. Here. Do get. Here. I'll remove this code. No. Now you observe what we are doing. You observe in diagram. First, this hall ticket number we have to receive. How to receive? String SC equal to request dot get parameter. Parameter name HNO, hall ticket number. Okay. Now received hall ticket number. Which format received? Which format required? What we have to do? Integer x equal to, otherwise hall ticket number variable. Next, integer dot %. Yes. Okay. Now here hall ticket number, integer format received. Okay. This hall ticket number we have to pass to which class? DAO class. That means this object you have to create first. Here one method we have to write to pass. So I'll create result DAO class. Something RDAO equal to new result DAO. I'll create. Okay. Now I created object to call method. Now this hall ticket number we have to pass. We should get a result bin return type. So it is return type. It is parameter. One method we have to write here. This is parameter. This is return type. So that method you have to call. One method we have to write. Something get result I'll write. Return type what we have to write? Result bin RB. The return type is this one RB. Parameter is hall ticket number. So RDAO dot method name get result. Okay, get result. Here hall ticket number. Now what I'm doing, see, result DAO class reference I'm using here. Get result. I'm passing all ticket number. Result comes. Okay. Now this reference we have to forward here to JSP. How to forward control solid to JSP? You study now? Request dispatcher RD equal to request dot get requested dispatcher. Here. Here. To which solid JSP? Results dot JSP. Okay. This is we are forwarding. But forward RD dot forward. Forwarded. But forwarding data transferred. But the data we have in result bin format. This is you have to attach to this attribute. This now this request what it is sent, hall ticket number only will be there. We record complete data. For this request dot set attribute. Here set attribute concept is there. Attributes you can add it. You can retrieve there. Now here RB I'm sending. Okay, here something result name. Now whatever result being data comes, the data I'm attaching to request, that is forwarded to this JSP program. This is solid code. You observe what I did. First hall ticket number received. Which format received? String format to integer format converted. Integer format converted. After that, DAO class object created. With that, get result method called. But get result method we have tried. This class we have tried, not written. That's what error coming. This class we have tried. This class we have tried. Okay. Now DAO class object created. With that, get result method called. Hall ticket number passed. Hall ticket number passed. You'll get a bean class. That bean class I'm attaching to request. Request forwarded. Forwarded to JSP. Then JSP will receive. So in every solid, code like this only will be there. Any solid. That's what solid code is fixed. In a frameworks classes, solid doesn't appear. Configuration this type will be there. Okay. Say here, hall ticket number received. It is passed to this one. It is written out. It is forwarded. That is only written. Hall ticket number received. Converted into string. I pass it to DAO class. I got a bean. That bean I'm attached to request. I forwarded to JSP class, JSP program. This is solid. Okay. Now, here you are getting errors. You observe where you are getting DAO class, where you are getting bean class. These two classes we didn't write. That's what error. Okay. Now, this class node result bean dot java, result solid dot java. Result solid dot java. Write the code. Okay, this I will also remove. Directly I'll write exception. Okay, here throws is there. No, I didn't write try catch. Okay, continue better. Write this program. Result solid dot java. Receiving all ticket number, sending to DAO class, getting result, forwarding to JSP. That's it. So data access logic, data, those two also is separated. Those two also is separated. Data attached, data reference assigned attached to request, set attribute, there get attribute. So hall ticket number received string format, converted to integer format, DEO object created, hall ticket number passed, we will get a result that is added to request, forwarded to JSP. Okay, remaining we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow, this program, after that reflection API, one program I'll explain. I'll show you how to use. You can practice. Okay. Tomorrow is the last class. Tomorrow, this program and reflection API. That is I'll cover. Tomorrow we'll see continuation.